everybody, good afternoon. I'm Paul Bardack. I'm State Director of the Maryland Small Business Development Center, and I want to thank all of you for participating in today's Maryland PTAC HUBZone Connection event. But first, I want to start off by acknowledging publicly the hard work which Denise Warner and her wonderful team at the Maryland PTAC devoted to ensuring the success of today's event. So would all PTAC staff members please rise so collectively all of us can say thank you for a much appreciated job well done. Thank you, great job, great conference. The Maryland Small Business Development Center and PTAC are separate organizations, certainly. And we have different missions, but we work closely together on a number of initiatives. So a show of hands. How many of you know about the Maryland Small Business Development Center, which I head? How many? I see some of you know of us, many do not. So let me do a quick overview. The Maryland Small Business Development Center, or SBDC, offers people who are business owners and operators and people who wish one day to become a business owner or operator free consulting services to help them grow or even start their own companies. Let me repeat that. We offer free consulting. And we can do that because we are funded by federal, state, and local governments, most notably the U.S. Small Business Administration, and there are some SBA administrators in the room, and I want to thank all of you for your work. But we can do it because we're funded by federal, state, and local governments to allow us to offer those consulting services for free. So, do you need help obtaining HUBZone or other government certifications? Give us a call. We'll help you get those certifications. Do you need help preparing a business plan? Speak with one of our nearly 50 staffers serving most urban, suburban, and rural corners of the state. Our staff, many of whom already have had substantial careers in the private sector, will help you prepare that business plan for long-term success. Are you looking to raise debt or equity? The SBDC is potentially on a path this year alone to raise for our business clients more than $90 million of new debt and equity funding. Yes, we're that well connected statewide. Are you looking to figure out a marketing strategy? Our research staff and our consulting staff together can be called upon to help you figure out, using the latest economic data, the best marketing path forward for you. Or maybe you simply are thinking of going into business for yourself. Or you already are in business and wish to brush up on, say, using QuickBooks or determining what it takes to start a new enterprise. Well, we can help you there too. We also offer low-cost business training classes statewide. So why do we do this? Well, we do what we do because we believe that every Marylander, and not just those rich enough to afford costly business advisors, has a right to make their entrepreneurial dreams come true. Not just those who are wealthy or upper middle class, not just those with family connections, not just those who live in the most affluent neighborhoods. Everyone in our state. That's who we will help. Everyone who comes to us. So let me tell you about some of our clients. There's the Afghanistan war veteran who came to us shortly after coming home from combat and now owns a fast-growing construction company. There's the rehabilitated drug addict who now hires others in recovery thanks to the marketing assistance we provided. There's the Honduran political refugee who started a shoe manufacturing business with our help. And there's the tax accountant who has been working with us and now owns a statewide chain of tax preparation clinics. Those are among the many tens of thousands of low and moderate income business clients we've helped at no cost to them in almost every rural, suburban, and urban community in our state. So we're proud of the thousands of jobs we helped create or retain inside and outside the state's opportunity zones. We're proud that last year alone, the businesses we assisted generated at least $19 of state and local taxes for every $1 the state gave us. And we are now so incredibly excited to gear up to help make the HUBZone program a rousing success and to be part of today's program. I do hope you'll come to our exhibitor's booth after lunch if you haven't done so already. We're in the hallway just outside these doors straight ahead of me. So while the SBDC and PTAC are two different organizations with different missions and different rules governing us, we do indeed work closely together. PTAC staff offer a large variety of government contracting-related services, many of which you've already heard about today, and the SBDC offers complementary business consulting and training services. It's a potent combination. And I hope one of your takeaways from today is that you will know a bit more about who the SBDC is, what we do, and why we do it. And my added hope is that you will reach out to us so we can help you make your own business growth or startup dreams come true. So please reach out to us through this email address. Get your papers and pens handy. Please reach out to us through this email address, sbdctraining@umd.edu. Let me repeat that, sbdctraining@umd.edu. Because the American dream should be available to everyone, and that includes every single person in this room today. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Julie Lenzer. Julie serves as Chief Innovation Officer of the University of Maryland. Earlier, I spoke of the cooperation between the organization I head, the statewide Small Business Development Center, and the PTAC hosts of today's conference. Well, that increased coordination is Julie's vision. Indeed, her vision includes closer coordination among and between all the many, many UMD staff and faculty and student innovators looking to change the economic and social fabric of our state. The SBDC, PTAC, other UMD organizations incubating international businesses, or advancing augmented and virtual reality products, or commercializing new technologies, and so on. That's the futuristic, exciting world here at UMD, which Julie leads. And that's because Julie is one of the world's most accomplished practitioners in developing new ecosystems to support entrepreneurship and innovation. She's an award-winning serial entrepreneur. She led the U.S. Commerce Department's Office of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. She was our nation's innovation lead at the G20 in China. She was a much sought-out participant on ecosystem building at the World Economic Forum. She has delivered keynote and other addresses on conscious capitalism all over the globe. And she is often sought out by the media to offer her thoughts on the major economic development issues of the day. Most recently, in USA Today, where she contributed an op-ed entitled, "Everyone Can Have a Trophy," or how to make the most of not getting awarded Amazon HQ2. So, ladies and gentlemen, with extraordinary pride, I now present to you my colleague and my friend, a real mentor to all of us here at the University of Maryland, Julie Lenzer. Julie?
That was very sweet. Thank you so much, Paul. Good afternoon. Really? That's the best you got? Let me try that again. Good afternoon. All right, there you go. Come on, entrepreneurs, we are energy, right? That's what you have to have energy because, my God, this is hard, right? So hopefully you have had a morning and you're just exhausted from your morning of connections. Is that it, maybe? Maybe get some lunch, get a little bit of refuel, get ready for your one-on-one meetings, matchmaking. Connection is just getting started. Interestingly, I was in Columbia this morning speaking at another event that had connection in the title. It was Connectpreneur. And I was talking about innovation and investment in the region. And so it was interesting. And one day I have two conferences here that talk about connections. And why is that? Because connection is what it's all about. Some of you are here maybe to connect and find out more about HUBZone certification. Some of you are already certified or in a HUBZone and trying to figure out how to really leverage that. But I'm going to guess that at least all of you have one thing in common, is you're here to connect with each other and others who can help you build and grow your business. Is that right? That sound right? How many people have met at least 3 new people since they've been here this morning? All right, by the end of the day, I want to see every single hand going up. That's why you're here, right? So my position here at the University of Maryland was created to help foster and strengthen the University of Maryland's connections in order to activate fearless ideas for transformational impact. We have around $550 million in research, so we generate a lot of ideas, roughly around 200 disclosures that come out of our faculty every year. And honestly, I think that's low. I think we have a lot more. And these are ideas that are going to need connections to realize their true impact. So we do this first, as Paul mentioned, by connecting the strong entrepreneurship programs within the university with each other. Because those of you, do we have anybody that works in academia or has worked in academia before? Well, I will tell you that's a darn shame, because there's only one. We need entrepreneurs in academia, because there's a lot of things that need this very dogged approach that we have, perseverance, getting through barriers. Academics and the federal government, as I found when I was there, needed that same thing. But Paul did also a great job of explaining the SBDC and the PTAC, and integrating them in, as he mentioned, is one of our mutual goals, so that we can really figure out how can we, a rising tide rises all boats. How can we work together to not duplicate but augment each other's resources? Many of you may also know the Dingman Center for Entrepreneurship, or our Do Good Institute, or Ventures, which is what we now call our Office of Technology Commercialization. If you haven't had a chance to go behind the new hotel, I encourage you to do so. Behind there, you'll see an office that says, or a sign that says Startup UMD. This is the first time that we have brought multiple entrepreneurship programs under one roof from the university. And you'll be seeing more of these Startup UMD things across campus. It sounds like it's something so simple, but in academia, bringing together different colleges, it's not always easy, I will say. Actually, I say I'm trying to turn a tanker with a spoon. That's how, if that gives you any idea of how fun that is. But second, much like SBDC, we're working to help outside companies and individual and institutions find the resources they need within the university and the state to really create an ecosystem of multi-connected nodes, if you think about it that way, all coming together to help businesses like you be successful. So part of that connectivity is just driving awareness. And one of the things I've realized in the last 2 years being here is that we're not really good about telling our story. And so I want to share a couple of the resources that you might not know about that perhaps you can take advantage of. One, I was happy to see our partners at WeWork with a table right outside. Woo, give them a hand, all right. Did you know that is the first WeWork associated with a college campus? Did you also know that that's a hub zone? If you didn't, now you do. It's a great thing. It's also going to be a block away from the Purple Line when that comes online. How easy is that? Total connectivity, total flexibility, HUBZone. What else do you need? You need students. You need workforce. We have that too on campus. Our career centers can connect you with students the whole campus is a hub zone. So having students as interns is one way that can help you augment your resources. And did you know that the state of Maryland offers you up to $3,000 to reimburse you for a technology intern? It's called the Maryland Technology Intern Program, and you can find more information at mtip.umbc.edu. And I'm happy to share that afterwards if you'd like. Need some innovative technology? Ventures, our technology transfer office, has a lot of really interesting technologies that you can come in and license. And by the way, the licensing, if you've ever heard, oh, it's so hard to license technology, not here. My mandate has been to do the deal. Get this stuff out. Don't charge license fees. No minimum royalties. Get it out and share the risk and share the reward, especially with startups. So if you're looking for some technology, and you've been shied away from technology commercialization, come try our office. For example, we have one technology, it's a dual factor biometric authentication. Really interesting technology, patent was just issued, just waiting for somebody to come and sell it and commercialize it. We also have, has anybody heard of the Maryland Industrial Partnerships Program? Anybody, MIPS? Couple people? The state of Maryland will pay a university researcher to help you with your project, up to $100,000. You have to cover 10% of that, but that can be in kind, and it can be with any USM institution at all. So it doesn't just have to be in College Park. They can help you design something for manufacturability. They can help you do testing. They can help you do research on your product. It's free money. Why not? One last thing, companies located in Maryland and associated with one of our universities, either as an alum, a student, faculty, or even just located in one of our research parks, like up at UMBC or right here in the Discovery District, are eligible for investment through our Maryland Momentum Fund. So you don't have to, that's a $10 million fund that the legislature had us carve out of our endowment that's made available, and you can apply for that. I will tell you, it's probably late seed stage, maybe early A, but our office can help you with that if you're interested. You don't have to be associated with any of the universities to be considered for Dingman Center Angels. It is the most active angel group in the region, and they're run out of our Dingman Center for Entrepreneurship here on campus. So finally, we work to connect our startups with the people, resources, and capital that they need to grow their company. Do we have any Terps in the room? Raise your hand, Terps. All right, welcome back. Give them a hand. One of the things we have, incredibly entrepreneurial alum. Many of you may not know that Sergey Brin got his undergraduate right here at the University of Maryland. Brendan Arib, if you haven't had a chance to see the Brendan Arib Center, co-founder of Oculus that he sold to Facebook for $3 billion. We just opened the Brendan Arib Center for Computer Science and Engineering. In fact, we actually did a quick scan of Crunchbase, and out of 35 publicly available exits for companies, Maryland Terrapin alumni have generated $18 billion in value. Isn't that amazing? That's just the 35 that we could get access to that were publicly known. So we just recently launched the Terrapin Entrepreneur Network, for those of you Terps, through our Alumni Association to bring together entrepreneurs to help them help each other, to bring them back to campus to mentor, maybe invest. We're always looking for business help, for people to come and run some of our companies. If any of you are, don't have enough to do. I know that's not the truth in this room. And we've actually connected a number of our faculty members with CEOs. We're leveraging the SBDC for training programs and access to capital. But the best capital for any company is what? Paying customer, which is why you're all here, right? That's why you're here. We're also working to expand our industry outreach, running programs like Corepreneur. We need to come up with a new name. That brings in companies like Under Armour, Northrop Grumman that talk about their biggest challenges, and then they listen to pitches from startups or from entrepreneurs that can help them solve those problems. So some of you may have heard last week that University of Maryland Engineering and University of Maryland Medical School actually used a drone to deliver an organ for transplant. Did you guys hear that? Pretty amazing stuff, right? Yeah. That was the first time that's ever been done. And while this certainly generated a lot of buzz, we're not just about the hype of entrepreneurship. For us, and for me especially, this is about impact for me. It's about creating jobs. It's about the things that you do to help make government more efficient, more effective, to deliver their services better. It's about saving lives, and it's about changing the world. That's the power of what you do, and that's the power of entrepreneurship. And we really hope that we can continue to help you make the connections so that you can continue to do that. Thank you very much for all that you do. For you.